Hello everyone, it's Helen here again.
And me. Don't forget me.
Hello Mr. Wolf, it's nice to see you. Are you in our story today?
Well, not exactly, but a friend of mine is.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Is he as scary as you?
He is much more scary. And it's a good job. He can swim.
A good job he can swim? Well, I'm looking forward to this story. Shall we start?
Yes, but I'm getting out of the way. He's only a sort of friend. He's definitely more scary than me. Bye.
OK. Are you all ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. Once, there were 3 billy goats Gruff, who lived in a green field with lots of delicious grass to munch on. It was a beautiful place to live, with the river running along the bottom of the meadow and a wooden bridge which led to more green fields full of daisies and buttercups. The 3 billy goats Gruff were happy and contented with their field. But there was one thing which they found rather scary. Under the bridge lived an enormous and very grumpy old troll, and if the goats came to eat the grass near the bottom of the field, he would stick his nose out from underneath the bridge and shout, "Just come a little closer, delicious-looking little goat, and I'll eat you for my dinner." Well, not surprisingly, the goats didn't want to be eaten by the troll, and so they observed all the good social distancing rules and kept at least 2 metres away from him. Apart from anything else, the troll smelt like mouldy old cardboard, so you wouldn't have wanted to get near him anyway. But then came the hottest month of May on record. The sun shone, the birds sang, and there was not a drop of rain. The grass got drier and drier, and it stopped looking green and started looking yellow. A few more days went by, and the grass looked brown, and the littlest billy goat Gruff started feeling hungry. His tummy was rumbling, but there was no more green grass to nibble on. On the other side of the bridge, however, the grass was still green and lush-looking, as it hadn't had 3 goats nibbling on it. The biggest billy goat Gruff called an emergency meeting, and the 3 goats met under the tree, a long way away from the bridge, so that the troll didn't hear anything. It took a while, but they came up with a cool and clever plan. The following day, the sun rose in clear blue skies, and the goats put phase 1 into action. The youngest and smallest billy goat trotted nervously up to the bridge. He'd never been this close to the troll before, and the smell nearly knocked him out before he'd even put one hoof on the wooden planks. Very carefully, he took 1 step forwards, then another. Trip-trap, trip-trap, went his little hooves on the wooden boards of the bridge, and then came the terrible sound of the troll. He snorted and sniffed, and finally his head appeared over the side of the rails, blocking the way for the smallest billy goat. "Who's that, trip-trapping over my bridge?" he boomed in his meanest voice. By now the smallest billy goat Gruff was properly frightened, but he remembered the clever tricks that they had planned, and he replied in a terrified squeak, "It's me, smallest billy goat Gruff. Who do you think you are?" "I'm the troll, and I'm going to eat you for breakfast, lunch and tea." "Oh, no, you're not." "Oh, yes, I am. You'll see." "Please don't eat me. I'm just on my way over to the meadow to find some green grass to eat, as we've eaten everything in our field, and I'm so thin and hungry now." The troll took a better look at him and had to agree he wasn't looking the most succulent. "I'm hungry too," replied the troll, "so I think I'll eat you up anyway." "No, no," squealed the little billy goat. "I'm just the smallest goat, and my brother, the medium-sized billy goat, will be on his way across the bridge as soon as he sees that I've got over safely, and then you'll be able to heat him up for your tea." The troll considered his options and squinted over the field to look at the medium billy goat. He certainly was quite a bit bigger, much more troll dinner-sized.
Very well, he growled. You may go over my bridge, and I will wait for your brother to come over my bridge, and I will eat him up for my lunch, dinner, and tea.
The little billy goat trotted as quickly as he could to the other side and ate a patch of dandelions as a way of calming his nerves. The next day dawned bright and blue again. This time the medium-sized billy goat Gruff set off towards the bridge. He waved a nervous hoof at his little brother, who was watching from the other side, and then bravely put one foot and then the next foot onto the little wooden bridge. Trip-trap, trip-trap went his hooves on the wooden boards of the bridge, and then came the terrible sound of the troll. He snorted and sniffed, and finally his head appeared over the side of the rails, blocking the way for the medium-sized billy goat.
Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? He boomed in his meanest voice.
By now, the middle-sized billy goat Gruff was properly frightened, but he remembered the clever tricks they had planned, and he replied in a terrified bleat, "It's me, middle-sized billy goat Gruff. Who do you think you are?"
I'm the troll, and I'm going to eat you for my breakfast, lunch, and tea.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am, you'll see.
Well, you can eat me if you really want to, but I'm really not very fat, and my big brother, the enormous and very well-padded billy goat Gruff, will definitely follow me over the bridge if you let me go over, and he'll be all you need for lunch, dinner and tea, and your supper too, if you just wait for him. The troll looked back to the old meadow, where he could see the largest and most delicious-looking billy goat still standing in the field. It was true. If he just waited a little longer, he would be able to have an even yummier meal.
Very well, you may pass. I look forward to eating your very large and yummy-looking brother for my lunch, dinner, tea, and supper.
As quickly as he could, the middle-sized billy goat Gruff trip-trapped over the rest of the bridge and into the safety of the beautiful green field beyond. The buttercups were delicious and excellent for calming his nerves, and he was delighted to be with the smallest billy goat too. Things were going to plan so far. The following day, the biggest billy goat Gruff got up knowing that today was the day. He ate a mouthful of brown straw, which was all that was left of the field, and trotted up to the bridge. He made himself look as small as he could as he placed one hoof onto the bridge and then the next. Trip-trap, trip-trap went his hooves on the wooden boards of the bridge. And then came the horrible sound of the troll. He snorted and sniffed, and finally his head appeared over the side of the rails, blocking the way for the biggest billy goat.
Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? He boomed in his meanest voice.
By now, even the biggest billy goat Gruff was utterly terrified, but he remembered the clever tricks they had planned and replied in his most confident bleat he could manage. "It's me, biggest billy goat Gruff. Who do you think you are?"
I'm the troll, and I'm going to eat you for breakfast, lunch, and tea.
"Oh, no, you're not."
Oh, yes, I am, you'll see.
Well, the biggest billy goat had been expecting this, and he didn't hang about waiting to see what that ugly old troll was going to do next. He skipped and hopped up to where the troll was just clambering over the side of the bridge, and then just at the last moment, when the troll had thought that his lunch was about to be deliciously served, the biggest billy goat's Gruff lowered his head with his large horns pointing straight at the troll's tummy, and he charged. He hit the troll right in his middle and hooked his enormous goat's horns under the troll's very smelly armpits. It was a good job the biggest billy goat Gruff held his breath at this point, or the plan would have gone horribly wrong. With a gigantic heave, the biggest billy goat launched the troll into the air. He looked like the SpaceX rocket flying through the air as he went faster and faster down the river and into the distance. And that was the end of the troll as far as we know. At least, he decided to change his dietary choices from the goat and never came back to that part of the meadows again. The 3 billy goats contentedly munched on the meadow grass until it began to look a little bare, and then they crossed the bridge again in safety and ate the grass on the other side of the meadow, and the 3 of them lived happily ever after. Hope you enjoyed the story. See you soon. Bye.